Barrington there. Let's also get them Venusian blinds.
It's dinner time.
Those are complaining it's taking too long. Look, you can have your dinner when you get there and have an extra 15 minutes on the way.
Oh, there's somebody outside looking for work.
Well, there always is. Well, don't have to wait. Quick as you can. Heard any more about Barrington?
Only him being the son of some sort of wealthy country gentleman. Well, he was in a spot of bother and his dad said, well, to Rushton, give his son a job, no questions asked, and he made sure loads of, work come our way.
Won't drink much of the bloody tea.
Well, it ought to be all right. It's been brewing since 11:30.
Well, then you haven't put enough tea in, or else you've used up what was left of yesterday.
Mind, can I not get the boy alone? If you don't like the tea, you needn't drink it. I'm sick and tired of you moaning about it every bloody day.
Oh, very well for you to say I needn't drink it. I pays my share and have a right to express an opinion. It's my belief, half the money we gives him is spent on penny horribles, and to make what he buys that, he collects all the slops and balls it up, day after day.
No, I don't. I'm not all the money I get and I collect, I give it to Crass and he buys the stuff, so there.
Keep your bloody thoughts to make your own tea after this week's soakings and perhaps another bit of pigs at meal times.
And you needn't ask me to cook no loaves nor bacon for you because I won't do it no more.
Go and tell old Jack and Professor Owen it's time. How did you get on yesterday, Joe?
Oh no, look, I had a bobby tray on Stockwell, but it was scratched before the start. I've got one here, a dead set by Captain Kidden. We'll have a tarpaulin mustard fixing.
What's the horse called?
The stroller.
Is that its name or a sign of how fast it's going to run?
No point asking you, eh, Slimy?
No, he's afraid. Old Nick's going to come clawed up to his window, drag his mangy carcass down to hell. But I bet he put the money on if the Holy Ghost was right.
How about you, Jack? Oh, I'll put something on for you. Anyway, don't forget to save all your crusts and crumbs. I'll collect them when I come back.
Why'd you have to chuck all that bloody stuff on the roof anyway?
It's only a few crusts for the birds.
Make sure you go to the bookies. Last time we had a collection, we found in Slumped and Edge by the cricketers.
Yeah, is the bloke that owns this place any relation to Sweater Draper?
The same bloke.
Funny name for a house, isn't it? The Caves.
They call them all sorts of outlandish names these days. If there's an oak tree and garden, they'll call it Oak Lodge. Or if the bloke's back to winner, they'll call it Newmarket Villa or Epsom Lodge.
Well, there's the caves at the end of the garden. You know what the water in the house runs into? Maybe Sweater and his pals fell into it and they called it after that.
Got a new set of drains altogether, carried out to the road and connected to the main.
It's going to cost him a fair bit.
Money's no object to old Sweater, he's got tons of it.
But what do you think of this fiscal policy, Bob?
I don't never bother me head about politics.
Does the fact that you never bother your head about politics prevent you from voting at election times?
What do you mean?
Well, it seems you know nothing about them. There's an election, if you don't find out what side's right or wrong, you got no right to it.
All arguing about politics does no good to nobody. It always ends up in a bloody row.
I pay my rates and taxes. I've got just as much right to express an opinion as you. I vote for you and the other lights, and I won't take relief from you nor anybody else. What's it got to do with you? We'll vote for it anyway.
It's got a great deal to do with me. If you vote for protection, you'll be able to bring it about, and I'll be one of those who'll suffer. You should never vote for a policy around fines and housing going to make things better or worse.
Maybe we ought to take an interest.
If you're going to listen to what the professor says, you want some salt. I read the Daily Chloroform, and if you read it true, you know the country's been flooded with bloody foreigners.
Aye, the waiters at the hotel was working last month is foreigners. Then there's the Italian organ grind and that bloke what sells chestnuts. When I was going home the other night, see a lot of them Frenchies selling onions. No one could understand a bloody word they were saying.
Oh, well, I suppose you think it's, the Lord's fault for making so many foreigners. Why not pass a resolution saying, we protest against God for making so many foreigners? and exterminate them from the face of the earth, which rightly belongs to the British people.
All like old bloody wind, like. But it comes to a point, you don't know nothing. It's a fiscal policy that stops the country being flooded with bloody foreigners' merchandise. The professor thinks we're all going to have happiness and prosperity with free trade.
We've had free trade for 50 years. The cause of poverty is money.
Overpopulation's the cause of poverty.
Oh, there's too many folk. Every time they want a job doing, they want 2 men. Well, 20 goes after job. Too many folk and not enough work.
Aye. But if we all stuck together, 20 men would get 2 months' work out of it.
What do you think the cause of poverty is?
Drink is the main cause of
That's
poverty.
really bloody wrong.
Ah, but you're a magic man, Bob. Who always does a good day's work, but there's some drunken buggers out there never done a day's work in their life.
True enough. And there's all them too idle to work, even when they can get it. And what about all this newfangled machinery what's ruining everything? Even in our trade, there's them machines for trimming wallpaper.
They've even brought out a machine that could replace old Bob. Not that a machine could replace you. It's dark early this time of year, doesn't it?
I'll tell you another thing. Another thing's women. Thousands of them doing jobs that ought to be done by men. And this here education. I mean, what's the good of education to like of us?
None whatsoever. Just makes people lazy and too idle to work. Foolish ideas in people's heads.
Early marriages is another thing. A man ought to be allowed to get married till he's saved up enough money in the bank to buy a place of his own.
You're going off your bloody own. By the time he'd done that, all he'd be fit for would be hole in the ground.
It's easy enough to buy a house in the Bullet Society to do regular work.
Regular work? Why, you Bible bashing buffoon. Most of us is walking about half the time. And if a firm does well, you're one of the first to get a look in. And besides, what's a chap to do during the time he's saving up?
Well, he must learn to conquer himself.
Oh, is that what your friends in chapel called it?
Of course, if a man tried to conquer himself on his own, he'd be sure to fail. But when you've got the grace of God in you like I have, it's a different matter.
Oh, chuck it in for Christ's sake, Spivey. Only just had that in there.
So there's the bloody foreigners that are to blame. Oh, laugh as much as you like. But if we're all wrong, perhaps you can tell us what the real cause is and how it can be altered.
Well, yeah, I think I do know the real cause, and I think I know how it can be altered as
Oh,
well.
it can never be altered.
Well, first of all, what do you mean by poverty?
Well, having no bloody money, of course.
Well, that's true enough as far as it goes. But the principal cause of poverty is money. Money's no use to anyone.
Well, the next time, I'm at the cricket is ordering a pound of 4 ale, instead of giving the landlord returns, I'll just tell him money's no good, and then he'll give it me for nothing.
Ah, the only thing you'll get off him for nothing, swift kick in the bollocks.
Supposing you and Sophons were shipwrecked on a desolate island, and you'd save nothing but a bag of Sophons, and Sophons a tin of biscuits and a bottle of water. Who'd be the richer man you were in?
We're not shipwrecked on no desolate island. That's the worst of your arguments. You never get anywhere without supposing some ridiculous thing. Look, let's not suppose anything. Let's just have some facts and common sense.
What do you mean by poverty then?
Well, all the necessities of life.
Well, the theatre, I suppose.
Well, yeah. You know, people need stuff like that, don't they? You know, music, books, pleasure, theatre.
Oh, kiss me, Daddy.
Oh, come on. The things that are made by work, all the necessities that are made by work, we work, so we should have a fair share of the things that are made by work.
Jesus, never know.
We're no better off than slaves, because if we were slaves, it'd be in our owners' interest to make sure we always have good food.
Hey! I don't put myself down as a bloody slave.
No, me neither.
It's 4 minutes past 1. Oh, quick, Sockers, quick, get down to the shop and get some more lime wash. And make sure Easter and Remington are doing them blinds. And if you haven't finished, give them, because Missy's going to play Old Nanny if we don't finish it. Oh, you. Don't tell me the horse fell over. Or more likely you did in the pub. Right, come on, get cracking before we all end up on corners selling bootlaces. Come on, off you go.
Mr.